YouTube. They done did it. That'll do it. Penn State has fired James Franklin. James Franklin, your 12 years at Penn State is no longer there because you are now gone from the Penn State Nittany Lions. If you guys don't understand why James Franklin is being fired. Wait, hold on. I messed up. Where's my intro? Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy, BDP, and today I got a video I want to talk about. All right. But if you don't know why James Franklin is being fired, he lost 3 games in a row. Penn State is 3-3. They have not been this really bad since 2021. That's when they've been this bad. The first time Oregon, understandable, last year's Big Ten champions, hasn't lost a regular season game at that point to any other team since joining the Big Ten in the regular season. And they were also another top team in the country. UCLA, they were winless. They fired their whole coaching staff by that point. That beat James Franklin. That one was bad, and they didn't even have a single win. Northwestern, they're not even a real college football team. They're more of like an institution of a smart graduate, get your diploma and get the heck on with your life type of school. And it's just really shocking. Now, James Franklin, he does have a $50+ million buyout, so Penn State, y'all going to have to find a way to get $50+ million. And if y'all do, hey, slide a brother some cash. I'm kind of broke, man. I need some money on. Slide a brother some money on. But James Franklin, his time at Penn State, he was 104-45 at Penn State, 0-15 against top 5 teams, 4-21 against top 10 teams, and against Michigan and Ohio State combined, he is 3-17. Now, out of those 3 wins, obviously the one against Ohio State 2016 against the infamous punt block or the block punt. And in Michigan, obviously 2019, the infamous tradition they have now with Mo Bamba on the first play on defense. And James Franklin, out of all his years at Penn State, his 12 years, he's only won 1 Big Ten championship. Now, if there is a pro, I got to give James Franklin as a coach. I got to say, he's a great recruiter, and he's a great developer. He's great at development. Now, his coaching, it ain't strong, but he's a good recruiter, and he's a good developer. Meaning, look at all the players who's come through Penn State, and look at where they are now. I think Penn State in college football, they're like the second most produced in NFL like talent or draft picks or whatever. That's a huge compliment. I'll give that to James Franklin. He does produce NFL talent, but his coaching is not strong. He does recruit some good college kids to come to Penn State, and guess what? The coaching is still not strong enough. Let's say that, strong enough. What's next for Penn State? Obviously they have the interim coach, and with their interim coach, he was there for all 12 years with Franklin. Now, I think y'all might as well get rid of that offensive coordinator because he don't even have good plays. Them plays get you -2 yards. They don't even get you +2 yards. You need to get rid of that defensive coordinator because that defensive coordinator, I have not seen a single good thing that Jim Knowles has done since being on Penn State's team. Since he joined Penn State, I have not seen a single good thing that defense has done. I'm being honest. Now, obviously, Penn State, you have now hit the reset button. You've hit the reset button. So all the recruits that y'all are going to go for, or all the recruits that you basically have, they're either going to instantly drop you guys or they're going to decommit. So now you got to go back to ground level 0. Penn State, you're going to have yearly droughts. you're going to have those yearly droughts. That's something Penn State you got to keep in the back of your head. Now, credit Penn State next year, they can just automatically become a fire instant great team. But they also have to keep in the back of their heads that you now have a new season and you have reset everything. So now you're mainly going to have to be dealing with some years where you're not going to win 9, 10, 11, 12, all 12 games. You're going to have years probably where you win like 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8 at max. There's going to be years like that, especially if you're going to have a new coach, and everything like that, depending on which coach you get, But this is shocking. I didn't think James Franklin was going to be fired. I mean, my thing, and a lot of people had their opinions about this. Of course, the Penn State fans are happy, but a lot of fans are like, he had one bad season and then they're ready to jump ship. And people are saying, oh, but it's the same thing every year. He can't win the big games. He can't do this. He can't do that. And I mean, that's true. He does have a track record of losing against big teams at big games, but it's like, he also does get you like 10 plus wins. He does get you wins. So it's like that's where it's really confusing. But I think when I saw because there's a video on TikTok and there's multiple angles of it. When he walked through that tunnel after the Northwestern loss, I said that right there told me he is done. The fans were done. Like the fans, it felt like that was the closest thing. I felt literally so nervous for the security and the coach because I felt like those fans, they were going to like rush him or like somebody was going to rush him. I felt so bad for him. This is crazy. And like I said, I had a video where I said there's 4 coaches in college football that you just can't fire them. Because if you fire them, your program is going to go to literally like a dumpster fire. And James Franklin was one of them. And they actually did it.